Okay, so here I want to talk about your young colt. We're starting with a young colt, and I want to talk to you about what tools and what equipment you're going to need or should have and when to use it because you got to have tools for different situations. But what you're going to want is you're really going to want a rope halter, and that's pretty simple. It's just it adds a little bit more bite. When these young horses, this is a pretty calm one as you can see, but when you're dealing with your young horses, just to be able to have a thinner line instead of your regular stable halter with the wide nylon, like this gives more bite. So when you pull, it sends a little sharper message. Bites over the top of the pole here. And the Clinton Anderson halters, I believe, those are the ones that have these little knots right here. They hit those pressure points when you're pulling back. Okay, so once you have a rope halter, that's really the best thing. You can use a chain, but just remember that when you pull on that chain, the chain doesn't give an instant release. It when you pull that chain gets tight, and then you release that, it slowly it loosens because it catches on those links, and then that'll loosen up. Um, I'm not against using the chain, but it has to be for special occasions, and I just find that a rope halter, you're going to get a lot of good benefits from using a rope halter. And then you're going to need some different lengths of leads. So you can have your regular lead rope for leading them around the barn, doing all kinds of sorts of stuff. Then I like to have a medium length line that gives me just enough where I can lunge them in a good sized circle and have a good distance, but I won't have 80 feet so long, so that I can also do this with this shorter line. I can also hold it, and I can do groundwork on them, drop the line, re-loop my loops, and I don't have to have a huge bundle. When I want to get them worked out, I want to move to a longer line, something that's going to give them more distance, going to give them a bigger circle if I'm trying to lope them. If I'm trying to exercise them, I'm going to want a longer line. When I'm trying to do groundwork, I want a shorter line so it's more versatile, easier for me to flip-flop and switch hands with and stuff. Okay, whips. You want to have a plethora of whips, all different cases. So, like a nice short, this is just fiberglass. I think it was from like some kind of tent pole or something, and I just put duct or electrical tape around the ends of it. But I like to have something like this for the extension of my arm. So that'd be when I'm asking them to pivot, work that front end. It's really slick where I can reach that shoulder. I can also reach the hind end, tap, 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 push, boom, boom, boom. Hit that front end to make them back up. But I have a lot of just short, easy access. I can rub their face without poking their eye out. No poking their eyes out. Be careful. Always be careful with the tip. If you're going to rub on the forehead, start with don't go right in with the poker. Go up, slide down, boom, 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 scratch. Okay, so that's why I like to have a shorter stick like that. If you've got one that you need to sack out, there's a lot of guys that use the flag whips, and they're really good for making a horse pay attention to where the end of your whip is. These are really, really solid. And I mean, you can put a plastic bag on the end of a rope or on the end of a stick, make that work. But there's a lot of good companies that make really nice setups like this. So find yourself one of these on Amazon or something. This is a very nice tool to have. And when you're doing round pen work, it's really lovely. Here's a broken off whip. That's a good one. Same thing for moving the end. You know, so you can take your broken lunge whips, you can cut off the end of your whip and still have like a nice little groundwork whip. Here's a buggy whip. This is a really good buggy whip. Buggy whips are really good for same thing, doing all the groundwork. And then of course, last but not least is you want your lunge line whip. Now this is a little shorter one, so it's easier for me to handle for making them lunge circles. But they also make, you know, the super long one, and that's good for when you're exercising them and you're putting them on that really long lunge line. And that's all we got for groundwork equipment right now.